I'm so stoked. I loved being home.
After following Jesus and going from town to town and town across the sea again and again, it was a relief to finally be home.
Dude, it was righteous, especially when Jesus came to our house.
Yeah, it was sweet to be back with all our dudes, but when Jesus came to your house, that was a total bummer.
I have to agree with James. Like, when we walked into the door, I could sense sickness in there.
Dude, you didn't sense sickness, you smelled vomit. We all did.
Dudes, I didn't know my mother-in-law was sick. I mean, what was I supposed to do? Say to my wife, your mom's nasty sick. Later, dudette. She'd have killed me dead right there in front of Jesus.
It was really awkward, but Jesus handled it beautifully.
Wicked sweet, you mean? He laid his hands on her, and like, her fever and sickness went away. BAM! Just like that.
I do kind of wish she hadn't got up and started serving a meal after that, because, I mean, I don't think she washed her hands, because I don't remember seeing her.
Peter, you're awfully quiet over there.
Yeah, didn't you want your mother-in-law healed?
Well, yeah, of course I did. I love that lady. But that's just it. I mean, we see Jesus heal people, like, all the time, but this was...
stellar?
Sweet.
Awesome.
miraculous.
Duh, dude, that's why they call it a miracle.
We've seen Jesus heal an awful lot of people, right?
Of course.
Like that lady who grabbed his robe the other day? She had issues.
No, wrong again. She grabbed the hem of his robe, and she had an issue of blood, not issues.
Sick! And sick.
And like that time he healed the leper. I mean, he touched the guy with his bare hands.
Sick! Oh, sick.
And the time he drove the demon from that boy?
Oh, wicked. But still pretty wicked.
Well, this time it was personal, dudes. Like, this time it was my family and my need. I mean, like, I walked in and saw my wife crying, and I knew there was just nothing I could do about it. I mean, you don't understand what it's like to feel that helpless. It's...
brutal?
Jacked up?
A total bummer?
Yeah, dudes. So, like, when Jesus looked at my wife with compassion, like, her pain hurt him as much as it did me, it really got to me, dudes. And then he looked at me with compassion. Me!
That is odd.
John?
Well, I'm just saying, I mean, it was his mother-in-law who was ill, not him. And besides, way to make everything about you, Peter.
Please, every time you see a disease, you think you have it.
Which reminds me, why are you wearing a sling?
Oh, well, it's this hangnail thing. It kind of got out of hand, and so I tried to immobilize it so it wouldn't get any worse. You know, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
I'll give you a pound of cure.
Chill, dudes. I mean, I know it wasn't about me. That's why Jesus' compassion hit me so hard. I mean, he obviously had compassion on my mother-in-law, and he, like, immediately healed her pain and her sickness. But by doing that, he showed compassion to us all.
Not following you, dude.
Remember that night after he healed my mother-in-law, when, like, the entire town showed up with all their sick relatives?
There were hundreds and hundreds of people all around.
Yeah. And, like, do you remember what Jesus did?
Yeah, he touched all of them, and not just a little fist bump. I mean, he touched them all with his bare hands and sharing all of their germs.
Yeah, dude. I mean, he touched them all and shared in their pain and healed them. Don't you totally see how stellar that is?
No more so than usual. Why?
I mean, he could have stayed home and healed them from there, but instead, he looked them all in the eye, and he looked at their families who loved them, and he looked at their individual pain, and he touched all their wounds, and gave them his compassion and his healing. Dudes, it's so totally righteous, and you don't even see it.
I gotcha, dude. Here's this totally famous dude, the Son of God himself, and he cares about us. All of us. It is a miracle, bro.
Totally.
Sweet.